Hey, hi Scorpio. How you doing? Look, I really wanted to do something around how we're navigating through this world because it's an interesting place and beautiful at the same point. Scorpio, you know already where I might be going with this with your heavy psychic energy. So for the next 12 signs, I decided to focus in on the Hermit's energy. There's something quite special about the Hermit, the level of contemplation or search for the truth or inner guidance that it demands. And for you, Scorpio, there are some things that you are moving away from that I really want to focus in on how we're going to navigate that process, okay? So for all 12 signs, I decided to focus on the Hermit's mirror, Hermit's energy, and we're going to use a tarot spread from Hermit's mirror, okay? So it's 6 cards, and let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Here we go. Thank you. See, here's that moving away energy. Moving away. Let's keep going. What do you got for Scorpio? Give me... oh. Okay, we'll have to clarify that. Okay. Oh. Whoa. There's some interesting communication going on around your, another sword. Something about your happiness. How are you speaking towards this situation? We're going to have to clarify this, man. Oh, how are you speaking towards it? Directly. Underground. All right. I'm going to just go there. I'm going to go there with you, Scorpio. Woo, I've never seen so much communication, direct communication energy that is really talking about how you find your happiness, and it could be in a relationship and some form of happiness within your community, or this is the marriage card. We'll get to that, but also it's all about how you're communicating towards this movement. And I really get the feeling with that 3 of Pentacles at the bottom, Scorpio, that you are doing some internal deep talk, maybe even talking to a couple friends that you really trust about your next moves. Where you're moving, because there's movement here. You start off by moving. You start off by moving. I want to bring your attention back to this Hermit energy first, before we even go here. Because at this point, the Hermit, the lantern of the Hermit is the inner truth that the Hermit has discovered. It's the inner truth, the enlightenment it has discovered. And I do feel like you discovered something and you moved away. Like it gave you a reason to move away from something. Okay? And this is how you're navigating through the process, unfortunately. And you know what? Maybe not unfortunately. Maybe it was just the time that you had, the situation it brought you to the point where it would only be healthy that you communicate your need to move away. That first placement talks about navigation, and that 6 of Swords is really about moving away, taking your bags and going, taking your family, moving on to your new adventure. What I really love about this 6 of Swords energy is if you take a look here, there's very subtle ripples in the water. And the water is a reflection of emotions, meaning that it wasn't something hyper emotional, not normal for you. Normally you are probably deeper in your emotions, but this became more logical, like a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius communication. You were really talking from your mind and not from your emotions, which I understand because look, here you go. It was almost like, this is, once again, Libra energy, Aquarius energy, Gemini energy. You had to speak direct to this situation. That was enough. You got your enlightenment back here. Some kind of light went off, and your Scorpio, I don't even think it had anything to do with your emotions. It was probably the way it was communicated to you. And you, I mean, the King of Swords is, I mean, he's probably not the most fun king, but he's direct. He knows how to restore justice. He's fair, definitely, because that's that Libra energy in there. He's philosophical, which is that Gemini energy. I think you really took it. You probably even did like tarot card readings for this situation that you were in. Or like you were looking at astrology or having some psychic, or going to church and talking to your preacher, whoever. You really did the research before you spoke to it. And good for you. Again, good for you. Pat yourself on the back. I just said that to Virgo. Pat yourself on the back because it's not easy for a Scorpio to speak directly to it without having I don't see any emotion involved in it. Not one cup is in this deck. All swords energy and wands. Message, communication. That's all I see. You communicated something very directly to someone. And I just want to say, it was about preventing you from your own happiness. Okay, I say this all the time, and I'm trying to keep it consistent with all my readings. There are a few tarot readers that I admire because I've learned quite a bit from them over the years that I've been doing it. And the ones that I do admire, you'll see there in the box below, they really talk about the Four of Wands being about your happiness. And I think that this form of, I don't know, it feels exhausting that you had to deal with. It was taking away from your happiness. If it's a form of relationship, I'm telling you that in this third placement, it talks about what prevents you from seeing your own way. It was like, almost like you were imagining this happiness and it wasn't real, okay? Unfortunately. You were imagining it. It was preventing you from seeing your own way out. And I don't know why you needed to, there's no emotion involved in your reading. It's all about the messages. So maybe it was the way that you spoke to the situation that it was communicated to you in a form of happiness, but it looks like you're moving away from this happiness. You're moving away from what you thought was happening. There was a light that showed you this happiness. Or let's reverse that, actually. Let's reverse that. Or you were the problem, and you are discovering that happiness. It's a shift in the way you communicate. Look, we've all been in relationships, right? And you sometimes say something really messed up. And how do you overcome that? Well, direct communication, compassion, kindness. I'm sorry, okay? That's what I'm sorry looks like. Actually, now that I look at it, this is what I'm sorry looks like. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. The king lives up to his duties. All right? Maybe you're moving away from an old form of yourself, which, again, pat yourself on the back again for being able to acknowledge about moving away from yourself. It might be about you moving away from yourself, from an old part of yourself that no longer needs to exist. It's an old form. You've done the therapy. Now it just needs to move on. Move on. Oh man, I cannot share enough for you in this fourth placement. This is where you find hope. I really want to move forward. Maybe it's you're moving away from a part of yourself that just does not, it's not conducive to your happiness. Now, it could be reversed, that there is someone who is not conducive to your happiness. Not conducive to your happiness. Doesn't help. Or it's you letting it go, okay? Letting it go. And moving into this happiness. Now, I have to tell you, there's nothing but swords here. So it's the way you communicate. If you're communicating yourself in a negative way, stop it. If they are communicating towards you in a negative way, tell them to stop. Okay, you got that King of Swords energy here that is brave enough to speak the truth in every aspect of life. Okay? But I see a lot of movement here. I see a lot of movement, and then bam, you figure it out. Okay? I see a lot of movement here, and then bam, you figure it out. What does bam, you figure it out look like? Here. Bam. You figured it out. And what I like about the Queen of Swords energy in this fifth placement is you had to move into this energy in order to address, you know, the situation before moving ahead with purpose. You had to. You had to address this situation with yourself, someone else, business. You put it into the placement where it resonates. If it doesn't, watch another a video of mine for a different placement. But look, you shifted from this direct king energy going, you know, wait, there is something maybe I need to talk about, or someone I need to communicate it to in the correct manner, and then you softened. I mean, she's not the most soft of all queens. The softest of all queens, I think, would probably be the Queen of Pentacles, because she's just kind compassion, you know, pure compassion. Or Cups, she's pure love, you know? And the Queen is like, I love you, and I can tell you that I love you. Right? So whatever you're moving towards, it looks like you moved out of an old way of who you are, what you are, just didn't work anymore, or who they are, what they are, didn't work anymore, and you're moving into new forms of communication, which is good for you, because the clarifier here is just looking at, hey, there's messages coming back to you that I think you're going to be shocked by how it comes back to you. You're going to be like, whoa, I didn't expect that this, after all of this, I'm actually being heard. I'm actually being communicated towards. I'm actually, at least, there is a conversation happening here. I would really like to clarify this movement. I would really like to clarify what is this movement about for Scorpio, Yaya. Let's start with, actually, let's just start with the happiness. I mean, that will actually give me clarity of what they're actually moving towards. Can you tell me what that Four of Swords is about? I mean, the Four of Wands. Let's clarify your happiness first. The Judgment, because it is an ending. All right. Look. So you got the Eight of Swords, clarifying that happiness, and the Judgment card. Okay. Judgment is the second to last card in the Major Arcana in the tarot. And it really talks about reflection, okay? Awakening, okay? But it really talks about the 10 of Swords energy, which talks about there's an ending to how you communicate. Period, point blank. It's done. It's past the area of being anxious or nervous or worried. That's the 9 of Swords. And now you're moving into, it's just dead. It's no need. It's almost like the Death card. It's done in the Swords. And what you're finding is this awakening. And what I asked for is to clarify. Through love, through happiness, are you finding a form of awakening? Are you finding a form of reflection? Through happiness, Scorpio. It doesn't always have to be dark, okay, Scorpio? It doesn't always have to be about you being the empath that everyone takes from. Sometimes you got to turn it off. Turn it off and do the reflection work, okay? Now, I want to clarify one more thing here. I really want to clarify it. I want to clarify what this message is here. Can you give Yaya, what is this message? The Queen of Cups. And the Six of Batons. Oh man, okay. Look. Look. This message, dude, sorry. This message, that Queen of Cups energy, that Six of Batons, Six of Wands energy, it's about restoring your own, there we go, there's that energy. It's bringing in your own emotional balance. There is your frozen motion. By communicating this, that Eight of Wands energy is ultimately going to bring you, this communication is going to bring you the emotional balance that you're looking for. Turn off this. Take some time turn this off while you're watching it. Go sit. Because I feel like this situation already happened or is about to happen, and just sit in your emotion a bit. And from that, I promise you, you will find that Six of Wands energy. You're the superstar. You're the powerhouse in your life. It is your show. Okay? Yes, there were some things that were taken away from it. But your emotional strength, this is you. Your emotional strength is beyond belief. It's beyond belief. All right, let's give you guys one messenger card here. Can you give me one messenger card for Scorpio? Some of you guys have animals that are really major force in your life. Clarifiers. They restore something for you. Animal Kingdom card. Can you give me one more? Just one more for Scorpio. Thank you. Take a moment. See? See? That's all I gotta say. Take a moment. There's something. Okay, look, I can tell you this, Scorpio. Take a moment. I can tell you this, Scorpio. Take a look at this. Because you're a Scorpio. There is someone from the outside world that is either trying to connect with you, trying to let you know what's going on, and to let you know that they're watching. And for you, it can come through your pets, your animals, animal kingdom, while you're out walking, or through your dreams, through your third eye, okay? But there is someone specifically, and you know who they are, or what it is, that is trying to connect with you about this. And they really want you, just take a moment, okay? Take a moment. All right, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching the channel. And don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.